This video shows you how to draw a prehistoric fern. You're going to need a pen and a pencil and an eraser. We're going to use the pencil to plan out this drawing. We'll have a little curl on the end there. And when you plan a drawing like this, you want to draw very, very gently with your pencil, because otherwise it digs in too much and you won't be able to erase the pencil lines later. So let's put one about there and one about there, and sometimes they split at the end there, and maybe something like that, and maybe another one sort of coming out around there. So now we know that it's going to fit in the middle of the page, or exactly where we want it to be. And let's start with this one here, and this is going to come up and around, and this is the tricky bit. Okay, this is the one tricky bit. So here we're going to start at the top of the curve and we'll come sideways, and then you can go a little bit wobbly if you like, and we'll come down to about there and come in and join. Now up at the top here, we want this to sort of come like that to a point, and then that will come up there and then join in there. So if we come up this side now, like that, that will come underneath, and that then gives us this bit that's folded over on the top. Here we can have that going up there like that, so that we can have another one that's sort of coming up, and it's kind of split, so that sort of happens sometimes. And this one here is coming up there with the line down the middle of it, and then can you follow the line through down there, and that will then sort of come in about there. We have another one, so we need the stalky bit there as well. This is going to come all the way around like that, and that's going to come up here, and it's going to do funny little sort of foldy curl around thing there. And then this one can come out and do something very similar, so it's sort of coming out about there, and it's got a little sort of curl. It's coming there, and then we can have one more. That's the bit around the back, and we can start up at the top, and we can kind of fit that in around the back there like that, and we want the line down the middle as well. Now you've drawn that, you can erase the pencil lines as long as you are sure that the ink is dry, because otherwise it's going to smudge all over the place. Now we have to put these little sort of zebra lines on our leaf. So this is the underneath of the leaf here, and you get these sort of dark patches. So this is where the sort of spores come out of, each of the, like the seeds, and you can put a little bit there. So they're quite dark underneath, like that. And we just work our way up, just doing these markings like that. And I think we can probably do the same here. So we're just going to draw little lines here, and they're not touching, they're right in the middle of the space in between the rib and the outside, so don't have them touching the rib down the middle or the outside line. So that takes a bit of concentration to do that. And they're kind of going sort of flattish but pointing upwards a bitish as well, like that. And we can maybe put some little dots in there. If it's easier, you can turn the page, and if that's going to make it easy for you, there's no there's no rule that says you got to make it difficult for yourself when you're drawing. So if it's easy to turn the page, turn the page. And this side, it's just little stabs of the pen here. I'm not really pressing too hard. It's just like almost like a dot, really. And again here, so that's going to come all the way up there, and then we want a little bit in there. And here we're going to see a bit as well. Like that. And we're going to have a bit here. Now this will touch that line because it's going behind it. Okay. And then we want this to have this sort of growing out of the ground. So if you just put some little marks like that, and it looks like it's growing out of the grass. All you need to do now is colour in your prehistoric Hart's tongue fern and hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Draw Stuff Real Easy.